Hey everybody, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the May 2020 monthly tarot reading for the sign of Capricorn. Now please keep in mind this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to each and every one of you. However, you can take a look at this in regards to your sun, moon and rising signs, okay? So take a look at your natal chart, see the corresponding zodiacs and see which video title resonates with you most at this time. So just to let you know, I'll be using the Intuitive Tarot to get insight using a Celtic cross style spread, and then getting further clarification using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. So Capricorn, let's see what's going on with you this month. So I already did a shuffle, but I'm just going to do one last shuffle. Okay. Interesting. So as always, I will just get the layout down first, and I'll go into what each card represents for your current circumstances moving into the month of May. And then I will do the clarifications afterwards, as always. So last one. Okay. So Capricorn, in regards to your present circumstances, you have the Strength card. So Leo energy, okay? So there is something that you're feeling like you're going to need to muster up the courage to overcome, right? There's some situation that's going to be quite tough for you, quite challenging, but I feel like you have everything that is needed to overcome this. That's why it's coming into your current circumstances as for the month of May, right? Because you are at a point where you are ready to rise to the occasion, right? You can face this challenge head on, and that's what you're being asked to do at this time. So when we clarify, we'll see what that could be in relation to. So in your recent past, you have the Star card, okay, in reverse. Aquarius energy, right? So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, or you could have Aquarius in your chart. Either way, I feel like this is talking about a missed opportunity, a missed, a dream that didn't come to pass, essentially. So maybe that's in relation to what you're having to find the courage to move forward from, right? Something that didn't come to pass, that was a dream for you. But again, we'll look at that when we clarify. Next, you have the Seven of Cups in your near future. So water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So again, possibilities, dreams, daydreaming, getting caught up with your head in the clouds. Not really the kind of energy I would often associate with you, Capricorn, but that doesn't mean you don't have dreams, right? So you may have some water in your chart, right? But either way, I feel like you're kind of in this state right now, or you're going to be moving into this state where you're having to overcome some challenges, and now you're considering what your prospects are for the future. What is it that you can look at in regards to what you're trying to obtain? Does your vision still hold true? Is that something that you're still resonating with? Or is it, a lost dream, something that doesn't even apply to you anymore? Is it something that you're not even chasing after? These are the things you're going to have to consider, because I feel like your vision may even be changing as a result of whatever is taking place, right? So that's something you're going to have to look at very soon. Next, in regards to your feelings, you have the Nine of Pentacles, so Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you're really thinking about, your financial circumstances, you're thinking about longevity, you're thinking about how you can build, right? How you can best build to put yourself in a position where you're fully independent, maybe financially free from certain constraints, right? So you have more than enough to go around, essentially. So maybe your finances have been what you felt has been holding you back at this time, and this is something that you're trying to get a grasp. Okay, that was a word between grasp and grip. Okay, so grasp apparently. So you're trying to get a grip on your finances. You're trying to see how you can best save money, how you can best utilize the funds that you have to build towards this affluent life, so you don't have to be trying to make ends meet or wondering how you can best save money, for the long run. So in regards to what's crowning you at this time, so what's within your power to affect, you have the Six of Swords, right? So air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So it could be that you are thinking about moving somewhere. You could be thinking about possibilities abroad, right? Because maybe wherever you are right now, you feel constrained, right, by certain limitations that you feel you have being where you are at present. So maybe you feel like you need to relocate, you need to change location in order to pursue these possibilities, pursue these opportunities, right? So you may be thinking of changing your city, possibly even changing country in order to pursue this dream, right? Interesting. Again, we'll have a look when we clarify. In regards to your advice, you have the Judgment in reverse. So it feels like maybe there may be something that needs revising first before you take action. That maybe there's something you're not seeing yet, there's some information that needs to come to your awareness before you can make a final decision on how to best approach this situation. So don't act too hasty, essentially. In regards to your external influences at this time, so this can be in regards to people, circumstances, environments. You have the Two of Swords in reverse, so more air energy. This is talking about making tough calls, right? Tough decisions, having to work out what remains in your life and what doesn't, what has a place in your life moving forward and what doesn't, what's not going to serve your dream and what isn't, right? So it's making tough judgment calls across the board when it comes to your connections, where you're currently living, the environments that you find yourself in, the circumstances that you're navigating. All of these things are going to be at the forefront of your mind while you make these tough decisions, right, in order to move forward so that you can continue pursuing this new direction, this new dream that you have, right? Or revising an old dream. So in regards to your recent past, what am I talking about? Anyway, in regards to your hopes, you have the Hierophant in reverse. So I think you're hoping that you can prove people wrong, essentially. This is just what immediately came out to me when I looked at this card. Like, you're in this position where you're hoping that, you're not going to find yourself back in square one and have everyone telling you, I told you so, right? You're hoping that you can trust your own judgment to make this call, right? This here. But you just have to be aware, like I said, there may be some information that you don't have yet, so it might be worth hanging on before you make any hasty decisions. So that's something you're also aware of and you're worried about. You don't want to make a poor decision, right? Because you acted too impulsively or because you don't have all the information that you need. There might be some information that's coming to your awareness over the course of the month. So yeah, it's important that you do hang fire for that. In regards to your fears, you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. My mind just went blank. I don't know what that was about. I had a brain glitch again. Anyway, Queen of Cups in reverse. So water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You could be dealing with a water sign. But either way, I feel like your fear is that you're going to make all these sacrifices, you're going to make all these drastic changes in your life, and ultimately it's not going to make you happy. It's not going to make you feel fulfilled. You're not going to feel like you made the right call, and you're scared about how that would affect you emotionally if you've put all of this time, energy and effort into creating something that didn't come together or didn't feel like was worth it in the end. Right? You're concerned like how that would make you feel, how that would leave you feeling emotionally, right? If that's going to really throw a spanner in the works in regards to your mental and emotional health at this time. Again, we'll clarify that further in a minute. And then in regards to your potential outcome, you have the Two of Cups in reverse. So a lot of water here. You're concerned about, your concerns are coming from a very emotional place. I would say that you know, your biggest concern is that, like I said, you pour all this effort and energy into trying to bring something together only for it to not come together. And I feel like this is kind of what could be a potential outcome for you, because you're so afraid of that. You're pouring more energy into what could go wrong than what can go right. So if you're not careful, right, beware of that. If you're not careful, you could actually manifest this as an outcome, because you're pouring all of your energy into your fear, not into what your hopes are, right? So that's the energy to be most mindful of in regards to this reading, okay? So yeah, if that resonated for you, keep watching on. If not, like I said, you can take a look at your sun, moon, rising placements and see which video is going to correspond with you the most at this time, which title resonates with you most, okay? So let's move on to clarification then. So what is going on here for you guys? Like I said, right now I'm not seeing anything particularly bad or wrong with these decisions that you're making. I don't see anything that should really concern you at this point. Just being aware that you don't act too quickly, right? Before you have all the information that you need, before you make this move, this decision, right? But aside from that, I'm not seeing anything, you know, anything to really worry about as such. Yeah, we'll go into the clarifications in just a second for you. That one clearly wanted to come up. And the last one. Alright. So, with regards to your current circumstances, the present circumstances, the Strength card here, you have clarifying that the Strength card and the Six of Cups. So that's interesting that you got the Strength card twice. You could very well be dealing with a Leo. But either way, or you could have Leo in your chart. But either way, it's taken a lot of strength to overcome challenges of the past, right? Things that had a deep emotional impact on you, right? You're trying to overcome maybe past failures, things that didn't quite come together. You're trying to push aside nostalgia, feelings of, you know, nostalgia in regards to a specific situation or a person. And you're trying really hard to tame your emotions over that. Maybe you get choked up when you think about this person or these circumstances because it still has such an emotional grip on your heart space, right? So it's taking a lot of time and a lot of effort to just, yeah, have a good grasp of your emotions. So you got it right this time, grasp. But yeah, so I understand, like, it's, you know, it's not easy when, you know, things resurface from the past. But like I said, I think it's for a reason. I think it's here to help you move forward. It's here to, the things that are coming forward from the past is there simply to remind you of where it is you're headed, right? And why it is in the past, you know, and maybe that there's something in relation to that that needs to be resolved, right? Because especially with your recent past, the star in reverse here, that's really talking about something that, you know, you really pinned your hopes on that didn't come to pass, that didn't come together, right? So it's probably very much related to whatever this situation is. Could be in regards to like a previous relationship, or like I said, like a dream surrounding a relationship that didn't come together. You know, maybe you were trying to build a life with someone and it just did not come to pass. Could be. Only you know what your circumstances is, right? But clarifying the star card in reverse, your past circumstances, you have the Four of Pentacles, Earth energy, and you have the Hierophant in reverse, so Taurus energy. You had the Hierophant in reverse twice now, so you could be dealing with the Taurus also. But either way, I feel like when it comes to your past, this lost dream, you know, something that didn't come together. You were hanging on for dear life. You were trying so hard to make it happen. You were trying so hard. You put so much time and energy into it. You're like, you were not willing to let go. You were like, I'm gonna make this happen no matter what, no matter what it takes. You know, I am going to hang on to this vision of mine because it's everything to me. You know, but you were probably holding on a bit too tightly to the point where you were choking the connection, and you know, as such, it caused a rift. You know, it broke it apart. You were no longer seeing eye to eye. There might have been a lot of disagreements. You could not keep the pillars standing. You couldn't keep the foundations of this relationship or this connection standing. So as such, it came down eventually, you know. So clarifying your near future, the the 7 of Cups here. You have the 10 of Wands, fire energy, and you have the 3 of Pentacles, earth energy. So, yeah, you're exploring, you're trying to find ways to, you know, formulate a new dream or a new vision, I feel. Because you're aware that the burden of the past is too heavy. You feel like you can't carry it anymore. You can't move forward in this space, right? So you're looking at the future. You're looking at new possibilities, right? What is it that I can create for myself that's going to give me that happiness that I was looking for in someone else, right? So I feel like you're coming to this awareness that your happiness cannot come from another, right? That only you are responsible for your happiness. So rather than pinning your hopes on an individual and making that the center of your happiness, you're exploring new ways to create emotional fulfillment in your life, essentially. So you're letting this go, whatever it is, you are choosing to let this go. It's just a process and a matter of time. So that's what you're looking at. You're looking at where you can create emotional fulfillment in your life. What's going to bring happiness, what's going to help you feel like you're in a space of self-mastery and self-development, self-growth, as well as, you know, creating something just for you, something for yourself, right? So clarifying the 9 of Pentacles here in regards to your feelings, you have the 6 of Wands in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So this is your energy, Capricorn. But yeah, I just feel like, you know, you're really focused on your finances. You're really focused on your own stability, or you're moving towards that space because you knew that when you pinned that on someone else, it didn't come to pass. It didn't work, right, essentially. But right now, it's a case of while you're very much aware of what you're trying to obtain in the material world, you're not really focused on what you need to do internally to get you into this space, right? Of feeling abundant, feeling very stable, very grounded, having your foundations set, feeling like you're very much the king of your own castle, you know, that nothing can make you feel like you're on shaky ground because you are responsible for yourself, your actions, your thoughts, your feelings, and you know how to ground yourself in all circumstances, right? So because you're not in that energy currently, if you don't focus your time on getting yourself internally where you need to be, you're not going to have this victory. You're not going to accomplish what it is that you're setting out to do, right? Because the material is a manifestation largely of what's going on internally, right, as well as astrally. So it's really important that you focus just as much time and attention on building yourself up as well to where you need to be. So clarifying the 6 of Swords in regards to what's crowning you at this time, you have the Hanged Man in reverse, the 8 of Wands, and you have the 4 of Swords. So yeah, you're moving away, you're disconnecting from the things that you feel are holding you back from reaching this King of Pentacles energy again. Things that make you feel, you know, incompetent, unstable, that makes you feel like your dependent, codependent energies you might be cutting out as well, because I feel that from your past circumstances that you maybe have been in a codependent relationship, and it was getting to the point where you were leaning so heavily on someone else that possibly they walked away, or possibly some other situation came about and that caused an ending. But you're realizing now where you need to stand on your own 2 feet with that double strength energy there, right? So it's come to your awareness. You have a new perspective. So you're cutting things out. You're walking away. You're moving away from toxic behaviors of the past. You're moving away from these kind of connections as well. And I feel like you're looking at new opportunities. You're exploring new opportunities for, self-development. You may be becoming more spiritual as a result, looking at new ways to really tap into your higher self, particularly with the Hanged Man in reverse and the Four of Swords here. I feel like this is very much talking about your spiritual health as well as your emotional and your emotional and mental health, right? So you're finding new ways to bring yourself back into balance and to feel at peace, right? And you're communicating as well. I feel like you're opening up, you're reaching out, rather than harboring all of these feelings to yourself. Maybe you were not very good at communicating your feelings and what it is that you need. Now you're starting to do that. You're starting to open up, and you're starting to find new ways to communicate what it is that you want, right? So clarifying your advice card, the Judgment in reverse here. You have the Four of Wands in reverse, and you have the Page of Cups, more water energy. So I feel like I said, there's something you're not aware of yet. So while you're quick to make these changes, and there are some very good changes that you're making that you should definitely continue with, continue on that journey with. There is something that it's not in your awareness, that someone's going to come in with an offer, possibly for reconciliation, possibly an apology, or possibly someone's going to come in with an opportunity that's going to help you on this path. That someone wants to support your dream in some way, right? With the Four of Wands here in reverse, I think it was someone I think it may very well be this person that you just could not bring things together with from the past, right? Possibly from a past relationship, whoever this person from the past was. I feel like they're coming back and wanting to offer some kind of truce, a way to work together rather than against each other, an opportunity to grow maybe with one another. But I don't see it coming across as, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. It's not that energy. We have that in reverse here. It's a case of something small like an apology, or wanting to be on good terms, wanting to be friends, wanting to support you in this dream that you have, right? So in regards to your external influences, you have the Two of Swords in reverse here. You have the Ace of Cups. Wow, okay. That's unexpected, right? So you have the Ace of Cups, and you have the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like someone really wants to, where they felt like, they may not have given you as much attention or love as they should have done in the past, possibly this past person, like I was saying. Maybe someone, feels like they want to start doing that now. They want to offer you this beginning. They want to nourish you. They want to encourage you. They want to support you. Emotional support is what I'm getting, right? They want to provide emotional support, really help you see your potential, help you see your worth, your value, because they see you in a very positive way. They value you a lot, right? So it's up to you how you approach that, it's, again, decision needs to be made, like I said, right? So it's up to you, because I think when this comes in, you're going to be just in awe of how much love is coming in from this person, right? And like I said, I don't feel like it's going to come in very strong, like, I want us to get married and have kids, like anything like that. But I think there's going to be a lot of love communicated by this person. and you're going to be like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, I literally don't know what to do, because it's a lot, you know, from nothing to everything pretty much. Right, not everything, but like nothing at all to being overwhelmed with all this love and affection. You're going to find it quite hard to balance that out emotionally. You're going to find that quite tough initially, because you're like going, like I said, from 0 to 100 in no time, right? So it's a lot to manage, you know, and you've got a lot of emotions to process through that, because it's bringing up things from the past. But you'll do it, you'll get there, right? Whatever you decide to do in that situation. So in regards to your hopes, the Hierophant in reverse here, you have the Two of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, I think what you're hoping is that this person doesn't come in with, you know, lovey-dovey, you know, just like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like sweet nothings, you know, just like all these cute promises and romanticisms that don't amount to much. You want someone to come in with a serious offer of something stable, something dependable, right? Because that's your energy. You want to be feeling like, you know, it's not something that you're going to have to question at every point, you know, like, okay, it's great now and the love is flowing, but what about in 10 minutes time, right? You don't want to be in that energy. So you're thinking like, okay, as much as this is great and, you know, this is interesting or whatever, but at the same time, I need something that I can depend on, something that's gonna, you know, we can build upon gradually, right? That's what I want, not something that, you know, is really romantic and mushy and gooey for the short term. I'd rather something that comes a bit more practical, right? That's what you're looking at. You know, and you're hoping that this person is going to see it the same way, I feel, right? You don't want to feel like you're going back to square one, and, you know, especially if you do take this offer and you're afraid that if you do that, people are going to be like, oh, I told you so, you know? It's like nothing's changed, it's the same thing. Your friends are like, yeah, you know? But I feel like you're hoping that, you know, when this offer comes in, because I think you feel it, that it's coming, and you know it's going to take a lot of strength on your part, right? To not just, you know, have a meltdown over it, right? Because it's like I said, there's a lot of emotional attachment to this situation from the past, right? So you're hoping that this offer comes from a very grounded and loyal place, reliable place, right? In regards to your fears, the Queen of Cups in reverse here. You have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, you have the Five of Swords in reverse, and you have the Devil card in reverse. So, yeah, you have, you know, with the Queen of Pentacles again, Earth energy. You've got the King and Queen of Pentacles in reverse, so this is very much, you know, a karmic situation going on, or something that's necessary for your journey here on earth, as part of your lessons. It's one of your life lessons here for sure, right? Dealing with these toxic energies from the past, you know, you're hoping that they don't resurface, and that this offer that comes in is illusionary, that it's nothing more than a means to get you back into the same cycle that you were in previously with this person. You're afraid that you're afraid that this person is going to leave you not only with no emotional fulfillment and nothing that's offered on an emotional level, but there's nothing stable to it either, right? There's not like that, you have nothing to show for it, essentially. I feel like you're afraid that if you take the plunge, you'll have zero to show for it. Emotionally, you're going to be rattled again, and it will just be like for nothing. You're just thinking, why did I go through all this again, right? So, you know, you're afraid that that the conflict isn't over, right? Even though currently there's no conflict, you're afraid that you know, that the things from the past, you know, the previous conflict was not going to be resolved. You're just going to be in the same energy again, pretty much. That's what you're afraid of, right? But in regards to your potential outcome here, the Two of Cups in reverse, you have the Nine of Wands here, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Cups. Wow, okay, right. A lot of energy going on here. So it's like, sorry, excuse me for laughing. I'm not laughing at your circumstances. I'm laughing because it's just like such a crazy energy this is. Okay. So your potential outcome is looking like you have the potential to get everything that you asked for. You know, like I said, you really want this, you know, this vision that you've had for so long, you know, it means the world to you. And you have the potential to have that, right? But it may not come in the way in which you anticipated, right? So it depends on how you approach it. It depends on how this person approaches it. If you both come in with the same energy from the past, it cannot happen. Of course not. But depending on how you approach this, right, it is possible. But first you need to address the fact that neither of you are communicating the truth about how you truly feel about one another currently. Because as much as you're like really hesitant and wanting to back away from this person, the truth is you do want them, right? You do. You want this. You want this, right? You want this to happen. So, and I feel like you do still want this with this person, but you don't want to fall back into the same cycle. You want it to be coming from a new space, a new energy, right? No deception. But right now, neither of you are communicating, and you know you're not communicating honestly, right, about how you feel. If you are still in communication, and also you're going to be very guarded. You're going to be very like on guard, very unsure, uncertain, because of how affected you were by it, right? So you're not convinced that you should let your boundaries down, right? That you should give this an opportunity. Because there was something, you know, because of the toxic situations from the past. And because you feel like you don't have all the information yet, right? So you're like, yes, as much as this looks wonderful and I love this is what I want more than anything, I don't feel like this can come together because I don't have all the facts, right? So it's like, basically, essentially, it's like, you have to be careful that you don't sabotage your happiness through fear. But at the same time, you're within your right to ask for clarity, right? To seek more information before you act. Like I said, not making any impulsive decisions, which I feel like you're not going to do anyway at this point. So you are being a bit standoffish. You're going to be a bit on your guard. But you do have the possibility of bringing this together, right? It all depends on how you approach it. If you're at least open to communicating, because either way, that communication is coming in, I feel. So it's really important that you're at least open, you know, not making a decision, not leaning any which way to begin with, just coming with an open mind, hearing the other person out, sensing their energy, seeing behind the words and seeing what is truly being communicated, right? And then you can see how you feel about it and make a judgment call based on the information that's presented to you, right? So make sure you have the facts first, okay? So Capricorn, I hope that helps. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you found it useful as well. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And yeah, we'll do another reading for you soon. But like I said, nothing's looking bad here. It's looking pretty good, actually. So the ball's in your court, essentially. You know what feels right for you. Give yourself a little bit of time. And yeah, I think you have what it takes to create a really beautiful life for yourself. So I wish you all the best in that journey, and I'll speak to you guys soon.